Dear students, in this session, I would like to continue the discussion on the religious reformation movements that had evidenced during the 19th century in our country. This part of the discussion on this unit is the continued aspect on this particular lesson. As I have said you that the religious reformation movements, or say social reformation movements, which had evidenced in our country during the 19th century, were different from the religious reformation movements which had evidenced in our country during the Middle Ages and in the ancient days. They were different in the sense that the socio-religious reformation movements which started during the 19th century tried to eradicate the social evils from our society by implementing the rules and regulations passed from the concerned authorities then. But in case of the reformation movements that had evidenced during the Middle Ages and during the ancient period, they did not try to eradicate the maladies of the society or the social evils of the society by implementing the rules and regulations by the kings or queens then. So in this sense, the religious reformation movements that had started during 19th century in our country were somewhat more influential and more practical in nature. So in the first session, we had discussed on Brahmo Samaj and Arya Samaj. In this particular part of the discussion, I would like to make you know regarding the other socio-religious reformation movements like the Arya Samaj, Satyashodak Samaj, the Young Bengali movement and Aligarh Reformation movement. Firstly, I would like to discuss on Prarthana Samaj. Prarthana Samaj, which was established by Atmarama Panduranga in 1867 at Bombay. It was more influential and tried to remove the black spots from the society. This movement was much influenced by the Brahmo Samaj, and it had undertaken so many reformation movements in the Bombay Presidency. This was established with the aim of finding solutions to the problems faced by the women and other lower classes and other social discriminations. The society aimed at finding the solutions for the existing difficulties in that particular region. The society argued that reinterpretation of Hinduism was very evident based on the modern thinking. In the sense, reinterpretation of the Hinduism was to be reinterpreted. In the sense, the definition or interpretation for Hinduism, why Hinduism was established, what is the aim of Hinduism, that was reinterpretation, not the traditional interpretation was necessary, but reinterpreting or redefining the Hinduism was felt more necessary, and that reinterpretation or redefinition of Hinduism based on the modern thinking could make the society free from the evil practices. That was the strong argument of this Prarthana Samaj or by Atmarama Panduranga. The society aimed at, or this association aimed at reforming the society in reality. That in the sense, reformation should not just be a wish, but it should be implemented in reality. It is stressed upon. It is stressed upon that reformation should not just be a wish of many people, but in reality, the people have to take initiatives in changing their mindset or their mentality or their attitude towards the women or the lower classes of the people. Hence, the Prarthana Samaj had undertaken many more programs of educating the women, rehabilitation of the poor, needy, beggars, etc. In the sense, to meet the grievances of the needies, it tried to work. Rather just go on saying or giving some kind of discourse that the people have to be like this or the society must go on these lines and all these things. Practically it started to implement so many changes in the society by educating the women, educating the children, educating the rural people, and also providing the basic necessities to the poor, beggars, and the downtrodden. The people like Justice Madhav Govind Ragade, R.G. Bhandarkar, and M.G. Chandavarkar were the prominent leaders of this Samaj. M.G. Ragade, he was a major person in bringing so many changes through this society. Or he tried to reject child marriage, class discrimination, or discrimination of the women and widows in the society. He stressed on legal intervention is necessary to uplift the lower classes of the people or to remove the discrimination or exploitation in the society. Legal intervention in the sense, the governments have to pass and implement the rules and regulations prohibiting such kind of evil practices. That he strongly asked the then government, that is the British government. So British government supported the thoughts and the activities of M.G. Ragade. So through his number of activities, the Prarthana Samaj became somewhat successful in bringing so many changes in the society in the Marathwada region there. Similarly, in the same particular region, say Maharashtra, another Samaj that was called Satya Shodhak Samaj. Satya Shodhak Samaj was started by Mahatma Jyotiba Phule. The founder of this Samaj was Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, and the founder of Prarthana Samaj was not M.G. Ranade, but it was Atmaram Pandurang. Atmaram Pandurang. M.G. Ranade was another prominent leader of that Samaj, along with R.G. Bhandarkar and M.G. Chandawalkar. So let us know something regarding another Samaj or another religious reformation association or organization established in the name of Satya Shodhak Samaj by Jyotiba Phule in 1873, established at Pune. Say, in that particular region, many widespread discriminations in Marathwada or in present Maharashtra made many religious reformation movements to take place. One such movement was this Prarthana Samaj, and another was Satya Shodhak Samaj. It was established to bring equal rights to non-Brahmin classes in the society. To bring equal rights to the non-Brahmin classes as well as to the women in the society. Mahatma Jyotiba Phule tried to give philosophical base for this institution. In the sense, he tried to awaken the minds of the people by giving him his philosophical ideas. So the discrimination or exploitation or any kind of such kind of evil practices like child marriage or inequality in the society were inhuman. So he had written 2 books in which he had stressed upon how the social evils called religious and social discrimination, untouchability, or say inequality in the society, and many such kind of practices were inhuman and irrationalistic. They cannot be justified. They are quite immoralistic, he said. The 2 books that he had written were Gulamgiri and Setkaracha Asud. Through these books, he tried to awaken the minds of many people in that region. Opened a number of schools and hostels for Shudra classes as well as for the girls. He himself came from the Mali class, say that is the untouchables class, allowed the people of all classes to fetch water from his well. That in the sense he set a model himself, that he allowed all classes of the people to collect the water from his well, and the same has to be practiced in the entire region. The society, he said, the society should not discriminate the people on the basis of the gender, caste, color, race, community, etc. Say, his wife, Savitribai Phule, who can be regarded as the first woman teacher of modern India, she supported him in his all tasks of bringing the changes in the society. And even Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the architect of our constitution, was much influenced by the efforts of this couple, say by the works of Mahatma Jyotiba Phule and his wife Savitribai Phule. And other two religious and social reformation movements that we need to discuss about in this particular session are, one is Young Bengal movement. Young Bengal movement, which was taken place in the form of a movement to bring changes in the Bengal region. Young Bengal movement. It was started by Henry Louis Vivian Desrosiers. He was Anglo-Indian. Henry Louis Vivian Desrosiers. The movement was started in the year 1809 from Calcutta. Henry Louis Vivian Desrosiers was much pained by the social evils prevailing in Indian society, and he started of reforming the Indian society based on the lines of Brahma Samaj. The movement which he started was quite influenced by the Brahma Samaj of Raja Ram Mohan Roy. So this Young Bengal movement, it was quite active in the Bengal region in the beginning of the 19th century, and tried to remove the black spots from the society by creating awareness among the people. Creating awareness among the people. Say Desrosiers was basically a professor in a Hindu college at Calcutta and tried to instill the spirit of free thinking among the students as well as his colleagues. He tried to instill the importance of free thinking, in the sense no predominant thoughts or say any predominant thoughts should occupy under the influence of already existing way of thinking or the notions or ideas. The people have to have the new ideas, new way of thinking should of course the new way of thinking could liberate them from any kind of superstitions or say blind beliefs here. Okay. Say the importance of free thinking or rational thinking could be a main means of bringing the changes in the society that he thought. That is why he had established an academic association in 1823 to start new way of thinking. Academic association. Academic association was established in 1823 in order to encourage a new way of thinking among the people, especially among his students as well as among his colleagues. It encouraged a new way of thinking or say rationalism. It encouraged rationalism, the rationalistic way of thinking, the new way of thinking or the modern way of thinking that it encouraged. Say, he held so many discussions, debates on many topics such as humanism, God, nature, philosophy, etc. Spread the importance of the free thinking and rationalistic thinking. So this became much widespread in the Bengal region, and a large number of people, especially the students who came from the traditional families, were much influenced by the thoughts of Deleuze, and they became his followers. Deleuze advocated the equal rights for the women as well as for the lower classes of the people. Opposed the caste-based discrimination. Opposed caste-based discrimination. Say, the thoughts, the notions, new notions, the ideas of Deleuze set a new way of thinking, or it created a kind of wave of new thinking in the entire region of Bengal, which is known as Bengal movement. Usually, the young people became the followers of this association and his thoughts. Hence, it has been called Young Bengal Movement. And it tried to bring the society on the right path. Similarly, another movement from Aligarh was started by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan set an example in bringing the Islamic communities on the right track. Say, Aligarh movement. Aligarh movement was started by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan because the movement which was started by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan was known as Aligarh movement or Aligarh Reformation movement, because the activities of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan made Aligarh, a town in Uttar Pradesh, as the center of his activities, and a particular institution has been established there, which is presently known as Aligarh Muslim University. So it was originally established in the form of a college, say Mohammedan Anglo Oriental College. Later on it became as Muslim University, Aligarh Muslim University. That is what the reformation activities that Sir Syed Ahmad Khan started from Aligarh has been known as Aligarh Reformation Movement. Then, after the 1857 revolt, that is the first war of India's independence, a kind of anti-British feelings spread among the Islamic communities. Anti-British feelings or anti-British sentiments were quite prevalent, or they became widespread. That in the sense, number of Islamic communities started to oppose the Western education, modern education or British education, and they started to oppose the British administration. As a result of that, large number of Muslims lost the opportunities in the government jobs. That in the sense, then the British recruited large number of people who got education through their system, but large number of Islamic communities, they remained away from fetching the opportunities from the British government because of opposing the British education. So they remained quite backward and they remained in ignorance. Similarly, as there were so many evil practices existed in the Hinduism and other religions in India, such kind of evil practices were quite prevalent in the Islamic societies. That is why Sir Syed Ahmad Khan thought of bringing up the Islamic communities. So in order to stress upon the Western education or modern education, he established a society called Mohammedan Literary Society. Mohammedan Literary Society was established. Mohammedan Literary Society was established in order to encourage the Islamic communities to support the Western education and to tell them the importance of Western education. This society held a number of discussions, debates, stressing upon the modern education. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan declared or advocated that Quran, the holy book or religious book of Islam, is only authoritative work and others are derived works. Means that is that book is only the authoritative in the sense that is only which has to be accepted, and others are somewhat not so influential or not so original. Sir said Ambedkar opposed rigid traditions, superstitions, ignorance and irrationalities existed among the Islamic communities. Opposed parda system, wearing a veil across the face. He opposed parda system among the Muslim women. He said religion has to be changed according to the changing circumstances in the society. In the sense, the religion must go on changing according to the changes in the society, according to the passage of the time. If not, the religion becomes sluggish, in the sense that becomes outdated. That in the sense the people don't follow it. So the religion has to go on accept the new thoughts, new ideas, as and when the new ideas come from any corners of the society or any corners of the world. He said that some evil practices like polygamy, child marriages are to be removed from the society through the implementation of the strict rules and regulations. Hence, for these objectives, he had established a college called Muhammad Anglo Oriental College at Aligarh in 1875, and later on in 1902 the Aligarh Anglo Oriental College came to be known as Aligarh Muslim University. Aligarh Anglo Oriental College, which was established in 1875 by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, later named as Aligarh Muslim University, came to be known as AMU shortly. So it has been one of the famous academic universities at present. As we have the Banaras Hindu University, similarly this Aligarh Muslim University is quite popular and it is even attracting the students from abroad. So this is as regards with some of the other 4 religious reformation movements.